Hello, hello. And I'm watching that candle. The big candle just will not flare up like it usually does. I don't know if that's a sign or what. I've been looking at it both on the screen and turning my head back and looking at it. Anyway, it's a curious thing because I've been working on it for, over 5 minutes trying to get it to flare up. Anyway, the title for today is Overcoming the Matrix. Besides ignorance and apathy, I wondered, what is the biggest attribute that has kept the Matrix power structure in place? Some people will not like my answer. Secrecy. Our alleged rulers have plotted behind closed doors for generations, scheming how best to gain more and more control over the resources and the people of the world. Yes, conspiracy everywhere. And how has the conspiracy gotten this far? Secrecy. However, with the advent of the internet, those secret chambers, those ivory towers have developed cracks, allowing the secrets to leak out until people all over the world are starting to realize the horrible truth. Many are working hard to make a difference. Some of these believe that the way to overcome the matrix is by plotting in secret. Why not just tell them point blank that we're not only refusing to take any more of their crap, we're going to bring down their house of cards. Let those who devise scenarios to make us afraid feel the fear coming back upon them. Let our courage send a message loudly and clearly, drawing unseen resources to empower us to stand tall. I probably wrote that blurb 15 or 20 minutes ago, and I've been, even before I started trying to get the flame going better behind me, I was pondering that and trying to understand, again, why people that want truth believe they have to work in secret. And again, I've said this in previous videos, but fear is the only thing that I can come up with. And as I said, fear is understandable. I don't know if it's justifiable, but it's understandable because we have been hurt and wounded so often by the people that are supposedly our authority figures, supposedly our government, supposedly our power people, have abused that power, abused that privilege of leadership to the point where fear is a given. And they purposely do things to generate more and more fear. And we can see that happening on our news, in our news media all the time, including internet news media. All the time we can see all the scenarios that they have of fearing the great collapse. How is the world going to survive in the financial collapse? Threatening wars, threatening to take more and more rights away, threatening impoundment of property, threatening arrest, threatening this and that and the other thing, and actually by force carrying out some of their threats and making some of their threats seem all the more real, using examples of people, of what happens if you stand up to these power elite criminals, and that's exactly what they are. They are criminals in violation of their required oaths of office and in violation of natural law and in violation of all standards of common decency and ethical standards that should be in place upon and imposed and enforced upon everyone who ever holds a position of authority. Positions of authority are positions of service. They are not positions to be the boss, to be the one who tells other people what to do. They are positions granted by the Creator with the intent the wholesome intent of helping the people that you're serving to become more empowered, more enriched, more fulfilled, happier. But we've seen evidence coming everywhere that our leaders do the exact opposite. They abuse their power and commit criminal acts again and again and again with impunity. And we that see this are really concerned. I mean, it bothers the hell out of us. And it causes us to take deep, deep introspection. At least it does me. And I'm pretty sure it does a lot of you. How can we remedy this situation? What can we do? So, as I've observed people over the past years that I've been working on remedies myself, in RUSA and Swiss Indo, and I'm sure it occurs in other people, there's so much that goes on that people try to keep it secret. And they play the same game by the same rules that have created the problem. They're trying to fix a problem by doing it the same way that the problem has been created with in the first place. Behind closed doors, keeping it all mum, keeping it hush, what we're doing. Why not just say we're developing courts to bring the criminals to trial? Why not just say we're developing strategies to arrest the people that stand in the way and hinder the forward progress of humanity as we awaken? Why not just tell it like it is? Now, do I know those things? No, I've chosen not to be informed in those areas because of the fact that I'm a public figure and because certain secrecy has been asked of me. And for a long time, I went along with it to the best of my ability, saying things that could be said that were already public information, and not wanting to know some of the things that were going on behind the scenes. That's why I did not get involved in some of the heavier aspects of the game plan to remedy the situation and take back the world for the people of the world. And when I say the people of the world, of course, I'm talking about the common people, the everyday people in our nations around the world, living on the land and being treated as slaves by the power establishment or the elite establishment. I've kept, until recently, a fairly low profile. But again, I'm calling on people everywhere to stop using the tactics employed by the elite criminals, hiding things from the people. That causes not confidence, but distrust. When people feel you're hiding something from them, there is a natural distrust that takes place. The reason the elite has used secrecy is because their intentions have not been honorable. So I ask you that are working to try to make a difference in the world, are your intentions not fully honorable? Is that why you feel the necessity to keep things a secret? Is that why you feel the necessity to tell other people what they can and cannot do, can and cannot say? Why do freedom fighters use the same principles as those who have been freedom stealers, committing theft of our natural rights again and again and again? And some people that claim to want to make a difference are doing the same thing. I wonder why these people claim to be freedom fighters. And I'm wondering why other people can't see the betrayal that's taking place in the attitude of certain individuals. Now, we know that the elite is going to try to infiltrate every movement that has any possibility of even limited success. And the greater the possibility of success, the greater the need of the power establishment, of the elite establishment, the greater the need to infiltrate the groups that have the most possibility of success. And that's what we see happening. And I'm not going to be going a witch hunt and try to say this one's bad or that one's bad. That's not my job, because people will reveal themselves by their actions, by their words, by their attitude. People will automatically reveal it. And I trust that what's happening in the evolution of consciousness, in the spiritual awakening, if you will, I trust that there's a lot going on to bolster those of us with the courage to tell the truth. Those of us who stand or are willing not to be fearless. I'm not fearless. And I want to tell you that point blank. I'm not fearless. Lots of things come up for me and have over the years that I've been playing this game of learning how things work and of trying to find remedies and solutions for the injustice and inequities in the system. I have had to face my own inner demons, my own fears, my own anxieties, my own insecurities. I have had to face all of this. And I made a choice. When I started doing these videos, I made a choice to tell the truth anyway, even on my bad days, even when I don't feel like making a video. And the truth of the matter is, today was one of those days. I was working on legal papers today and respond to the latest lawsuit in action to take my home, the home that I live in. And it's not something that I enjoy doing. And it's very draining emotionally. And it's very tiring, and it's hard to rest because the mind keeps going and going and going. And people say, well, get out of your mind and into your heart. Well, no, you have to use your mind to respond. And there's all sorts of people giving me advice, and sometimes the advice is contradictory. I've got to do what's best for me. And that's what I've done in making these videos. I've chosen to be open and honest. And I've chosen not to allow anyone to control the content of my videos. And there are people that want that kind of control. And I just say no. And to the people that are in the courts, I just say no. And I stand as tall and as strong as I'm able to stand, with as much courage as I'm able to muster, and I tell my truth. And that's all I can do. That's all anybody can do. But I'm encouraging each of you that believe you've got to keep it all in a secret. You've got to stuff it all and not tell the world what's going on with you, that your secrets are controlling you. You're never going to be free by living in secrecy. The occult agenda, the hidden agenda that has kept everything in secret to a privileged class, whether they be priests or politicians, this has been what has created the matrix. All along, it has been this secrecy, this hidden agenda, keeping things from the people. Though the people can't know this, the people aren't ready. But the truth of the matter is, the people that keep secrets from other people are people that have something to hide. And when you have something to hide, your intentions need to be examined, because probably there's some dishonor in those intentions. So these are the things that I want you to think about today, and this is what I'm placing before you. Question the need for secrecy. In whatever group you're involved in, whether it's religious, whether it's political, whether it's company, whether it's commerce, Why keep secrets? Be honest and recognize that all of our inspiration, all of our wisdom, all of our knowledge, all of our positive attributes are gifts that are planted within us, that are designed for us to be the way we are. And all of the negative stuff is not going to be healed when we try to keep it a secret, when we suppress it, when we push it down, we try to cover it up, we try to hide it. It's going to come back and bite us because the enlightenment is going on. The awakening is happening. And we are overcoming the matrix day by day, step by step, as we are willing to face our fears honestly and courageously step forward and stand tall in the truth that is our truth. That's all I'm going to share today, and I thank you once again for listening. Namaste.